And welcome back, race fans, to Right Rear Racing. Tonight we are bringing you the Regal Promotions Esports Dirt Late Model Series Kickoff Show. As the series starts tomorrow night, there's drivers are coming out here tonight at Cedar Lake to do some practice laps. And a little bit about tonight's show. What we're going to cover is your season preview, go over the whole schedule, go over the points fund for everything, go over the awards, the race payout, any special events for the series, qualifying points, and heat invert, etc. We're gonna hear some of your drivers here, like Kaylor Hogan, and then we're gonna finish it up with some championship picks. And feel free to jump into the chat, both on the Facebook and the YouTube side, and let me hear from who you'd like to hear from in the Start Late Model Series throughout the year, and maybe we'll get them in during the race or mid race whenever they're not actually running, like in between a heat race or something. And without further ado, let's go ahead and kick your show off here tonight. First, I'd like to go over the schedule, as tomorrow night is going to be the Shamrock 100, and that's going to be a 100 lap race here at Cedar Lake. That's going to happen tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Central, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Then we go to Lernerville for the Jackpot 100, presented by 618 Engraving and Design, and that's going to be happening on April 24th. Again, that's going to be a 100 lap race there, and all races will start at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Then we take a few months off and return back on July 24th as we go to Fairbury for the Land of Lincoln 100, and that's going to be July 24th for that race there. And then we take a few months off again, and we do a 3-day series, and that's going to be the Knoxville Nationals. That's the series that I'm actually intrigued about. That's going to be a Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night race. So how it's going to happen is Tuesday night is going to be qualifying night number 1, and the field will be split up into qualifying nights. Qualifying night number 1, that's going to be a 40-lap qualifying race. And then the same thing's going to happen on September 10th. And then September 11th is going to be a 75-lap race for your Knoxville Late Model Nationals. And then after the September series there, we're going to go into the Dirt Late Model Stream at Eldora, which is going to happen on October 23rd. And again, that's going to be a 100 lap race there. And that's going to start at 8:30. And I'm going to correct myself and go back a little bit. The September 11th race at Knoxville for the Late Model Nationals closing night there. That's going to be a 75 lap race and start at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. And that's the only time that the race will be at a different time. And to continue on here with your schedule, the last race of your Dirt Late Model Series is going to happen on December 4th, as that's going to be the Regal Promotions Esports World Championship, as that's going to take place at the dirt track at Charlotte, and it's going to be a 100 lap race there. And then on December 14th, there's going to be an award show presented by Sick Trophies, and that's going to be on Regal Promotions Esports. And Raging Cajun, thank you for letting me know. I have wind all around me, so it could be the wind that's cutting me out here. And hopefully this will be better by tomorrow for the actual broadcast, as we're getting anywhere from 30 to 50 mile per hour winds here, and it seems like my internet connection's been unstable today or tonight, whatever you want to say. So to conclude, it's going to be the Six Trophies Awards show on December 14th, and you can catch all that on the Regal Promotions Esports YouTube channel. And that's covers your race schedule for tonight or for this season. And to go over your points fund, if you're a full-time registered driver, you're eligible for a $100 payout plus the championship trophy if you win the series. $70 for second, $60 for third, $40 for fourth, and $30 for fifth, for a total of $300 payout for the full-time drivers for the Dirt Late Model Series. For tomorrow night's race, that's going to happen. It's a payout based on entries, as we're just going to go over the total amount for the series. So if we have 25 drivers tomorrow, the total payout for the top 10 is going to be a $450 payout. For 30 drivers, the top 10, that total payout is going to be a $500 payout, with 150 going to the winner of the race, and that's for both the 25 and the 30. And if we have 40 drivers, the winner will get 150 with a total payout for your top 10 at $600. And then with 50 drivers, the winner will get $200, with the top 10 payout being $750. And hopefully, with me messing with everything, hopefully y'all can hear me again. Like I said, I hope the wind will actually go away for a little bit. It's been pretty windy here for the last week, it seems like. And for the Jackpot 100 happening on April 24th, again, that payout's going to be same as the Shamrock 100 with 25 drivers. The total payout for the top 10 is going to be $450. $500 for the top 10 for 30, and so forth. And then we have your Land of Lincoln payout July 24th. That's going to be the same payout scale as well. For your late model nationals, this is where everything's going to change out a little bit. For night 1 and night 2, there's going to be a payout for your top 3 drivers. The top 3 drivers for the 40 lap races are going to get 50, 30, and 20 for a total of $100 payout for the top 3. And then for your late model nationals happening on September 11th, for a car count of 50, is going to see $500 go to the winner, $250 to second, and $125 for third. And the payout will go all the way down to the top 22 getting a payout. So let's go ahead and over the rest of it, since I'm kind of skimming through it. 75 for fourth, 70 for fifth, 68 for sixth, 66 for seventh, 64 for 8th, 62 for 9th, 60 for 10th, and if you finish anywhere from the 11th to 22nd position, you're going to get $55 back for a total payout of $2,000. And your total, everything jumps up as a 10-car increment from 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100. If we get 100 drivers total, that's going to be a $760 payout for the winner of that race, with a $100 guarantee. And you can find all this information over on the Regal Promotions Esports.com webpage. And for the Dirt Late Model stream, that's going to be the same payout as a regular night race, for a $450 total payout for your top 10 for 25 drivers. And the World Championship is going to be the same payout for the whole series as well. Again, I don't think I covered this from the top of the broadcast. It is an open setup Dirt Super Late Model Series. And to be eligible for the series, you have to be a Class B Dirt Oval license or higher with a 2000 plus I rating. I know I mentioned that we're going to go over the points or over the point system and the invert. I apparently did not pull that information up, and I'm sorry about that. Maybe I can dig through it real fast and get it. Sorry, bear with me as I go through my notes. I know I had it. And I can't find it, so I'm not going to hang myself up on that one. So we're going to continue on with the show here, as I have Kaylor Hogan waiting over here for your driver's interview. We're about to hear from him and get his input on what he thinks about the series. And Kaylor, are you there? Kaylor, you got a copy? And Kaylor, you got a copy? And as soon as I pulled him over here, his mic is not working. And Kaylor, are you there? I think Kaylor might have the same difficulties as I've been having today with my mic. Again, Kaylor, you got a copy? And he's having difficulties. Let him work through his issues with his mic, and we'll keep him in here with us. And once he has his issues fixed with his mic, we should hear from him here shortly. Again, thank you for joining in here on Right Rear Racing for the kickoff show. Again, that race is going to happen tomorrow. If you're interested in joining the opening series, reach out to Regal Promotions Esports. You can find them on Facebook, and you can find them their website as well. Trying to give him a little bit of time to get his stuff going. So while he's trying to figure out his mic, what's going on, I'm going to go ahead and give you my top 3 picks. My picks might not be good. I'm still new to this broadcast and stuff and getting to know some of the drivers, but I've been paying attention here and there. So I'm not going to give you the exact positions that I think, but they are going to be the top 3 combined in any position. So out of the full-time drivers that I see the list, I have a list of 11 full-time drivers. So by looking at that list, I'm going to have to go with Tyler Bowman, the 79 driver, as one of the picks. And then I'm probably going to have to go with Sean Grimes in the 74. The only reason why I really want to go for Sean Grimes is because I've raced with him multiple times in official races, and me personally, I run car number 74, so I have to cheer on the fellow 74 drivers. And looking at that list as well, I I would have to I would, I'm gonna have to go with Brandon, and I might butcher his last name, Guys White, and card number 18 for the series. Again, that's my top three picks in no particular order. That I think they're going to finish in the top three for the series. And just to go over some of the full-time drivers, we have Derek in the 41, Brandon in the 18, Sean Grimes in the 74, Tyler Bowman in the 79. We're going to have Dylan York in the 8, Connor New in the 10, Dustin Glenn in the 24, Mason Setting in the 110, Dalston Rutherford in the 13, Brett Grubb in the 99, and Nick Camper in the 23. That's your 11 full-time drivers. And let's go ahead and try to hear back from Kaylor, see if he had his headphones fixed or his mic fixed here. And Kaylor, you there? You got a good copy this time?
Yeah, I got
Yeah,
you now, Donnie. I don't know what was going on.
man, it's good to hear from you. And hopefully you're having a good Wednesday night here and getting ready for tomorrow's night race.
I'm uh I'm gonna try to make it. I'm trying to get my IRL car done so we can go practice Saturday night.
Yeah, totally understand that one. And I'm guessing you're running the 15H for the series.
It's either 15H or it's gonna be 21. I hadn't really got with Andrew to find out what numbers available, whether 15's available or 21.
That makes sense. And kind of ask you some questions here tonight for so these fans can get to know you a little bit. Um, to start off with the easy one here, or I think it's the easy one. Uh, what advice would you give an iRacing driver that's just starting out on iRacing?
Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect, and the best thing to do that I've done is one, find you a good team to get with that'll help you, find you some good guys in that team that'll, kind of coach you along, and just practice. Practice makes perfect in anything you do, whether it's iRacing or real life.
And I couldn't agree that. I mean, you said it good there. Practice, practice, practice. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm only a year myself. I'm only a year on iRacing here, so what you said there definitely hits home for me, but should hit home for any new driver that out there wanting to get on iRacing.
Oh, definitely.
And with tomorrow night being at Cedar Lake, um, how do you feel about that being a season opener?
I struggle at Cedar Lake, whether it's super late models, pro late models, limiteds, big blocks, UMPs. Now, uh, dirt street stocks and dirt mini stocks, I'm pretty decent. But as far as the bigger classes, I still struggle there myself, and I need to get better at Cedar Lake and everything.
And I'm going to kind of throw another question to piggyback off of that. With Cedar Lake, with the bigger cars, like you mentioned, to me it seems like Cedar Lake kind of slicks off a lot faster. So, do you think that would play? Is that what plays a factor in your struggle there?
I think it does, and with me struggling at Cedar Lake in the bigger cars like the super late models, the pros, Not really the limiteds, because I mean, limited to me is like a 602, what me and my dad run in, real life. But the pros and the supers, I've got to get the throttle control and all that down. To me, that's my biggest struggle in the pros and the supers at Cedar Lake.
And so we've already tackled Cedar Lake here. Is there a track that's on the schedule that you're looking forward to?
To be honest with you, Donnie, I have not had a chance to look at the
Uh,
schedule to see where Andrew's going or or what. I'll be
So
completely honest with you.
let's see, I just had it up here. We're gonna go Cedar obviously tomorrow. April is the Jackpot 100. I'll pull it up real fast. Of course, after I minimize it, we'll come back to that one. Um, so with the struggling of throttle control, I understand that 100%. As I still do the same thing, but what kind of wheel and pedal setup are you running?
The Thrustmaster T248 wheels and pedals.
And is that a wheel and pedal setup that you would recommend to newcomers to iRacing?
Definitely. The excuse me. The Thrustmaster T248, and I've got some buddies of mine that use the Logitech G29. I think it's G29 or G920, or I don't really know the Logitech numbers, but I've had a lot of people tell me that those two are kind of similar, and I've been using this wheel for probably 2 years now, and I still love it. But I want to go direct drive for the feel and everything. But yes, starting out, I would recommend a T248.
And have you had your eyes set on which side you're wanting to go for with the direct drive wheel?
I've been doing my research on the Moza wheels, and for the price, they've got a R5 bundle, which is the wheel and pedals together, and to me, that's a deal that's hard to beat.
Yes, sir. And I got the schedule pulled up now. So we have Cedar Lake tomorrow. In April, we're going to have Lernerville. July, we're going to have Fairbury. Then we have the Knoxville Nationals, which is a 3 night race, or with qualifying night one, qualifying night two, and then your main event night. And then we have Eldora in October, and we have Charlotte in December. And that's going to round out your schedule.
Cedar Lake, going off of the schedule that you just give out, Cedar Lake and Lernerville. If if Lernerville wasn't right around the top, I I feel I could be pretty decent at Lernerville because I like to run around the bottom through the middle. And then Eldora, of course, is Eldora. I mean, it's right around the top, through the middle. But yeah,
And I'm going to go ahead and let you give a shout out to any of your sponsors, anyone that you think might be viewing. And again, thank you again for taking time today and joining us on the kickoff show here. And the mic is yours for your sponsors.
all right. Coast to Coast Sim Sports. I'd have to go find my car to be honest with you to to get everything off of it. Let me go find uh No Coast Customs, Majula Say Speed Shops, uh oh no, where'd it go? I just had it pulled up. Taylor Sheet Metal. He does mine and my dad's real life car. Uh PPM Performance out of Rockwood, Tennessee. They go beyond for me and my father. I think that's about it. Yeah, Majula Say Speed Shops, CFM Family, Team CFM, Coast to Coast, No Coast Customs. I think that's about it.
And again, thank you for taking your time for jumping in here today for the interview and helping out with the kickoff show. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. And good luck to you, sir, for over here on the virtual side with the Dirt Late Model Series here at Regal. And also good luck to you in your real life racing, and hopefully you get the car ready for practice this Saturday.
All right, and again, I appreciate Regal Promotions for putting all this stuff on for all of us to do. You know, he does a stand up job, and appreciate you for being the broadcaster for all of it, Donnie.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, sir. And there you have one of the drivers for the Regal Promotions Esports Dirt Late Model Series, Kaylor Hogan, and hopefully he's able to join us tomorrow night for the opening event at Cedar Lake here. And again, thank you for joining in here on Right Rear Racing for the kickoff show. As I had everything set up, but iRacing cut back on me. It could have been because of the update. I don't know. It could be because of this wind. Hopefully you're hearing me good. And tomorrow night will be the season opener here for the Dirt Late Model Series. It's going to be the Shamrock 100. It's going to happen. It's going to start at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time for practice. Or the race time is going to kick off at 8:45. We're going to go live here on Right Rear Racing, roughly about the 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. In between that time, those two times frames there, to get your practice in and your qualifying. And tomorrow night for the broadcast here on Right Rear Racing, we're going to have one of the voices from the Buckeye Racing Network joining us, and that's going to be Tyler joining us in the broadcast booth here tomorrow night. Again, thank you for joining in here for the kickoff show, and we will catch you tomorrow night for the season opener